Greetings, dear Scorpios. It's me, your tarot reader, Angelica. Today, I have a tarot reading for you for May 2025. The readings on the Tarot and Life channel are general, meaning this is not a personal reading for each of you, but a reading for all representatives of the Scorpio Zodiac sign. Let's begin. So, May 2025. Let's first look at the 3 most important events that await you in May. The first important event, the second, and the third significant event for you. Now then, let's move on. We'll see what awaits you in your professional life in May 2025. We'll also look at your income. And using another deck, we will see what awaits you in your personal life in May. What to pay attention to in terms of health, and a message from the cards for May. Important events in May 2025. Let me adjust something, and let's begin. 3 of Cups. Next, wow, 9 of Cups. Overall, not bad so far. Let's see what's next. And 4 of Pentacles. Well, let's take it one step at a time. Starting with the 3 of Cups, something will happen in May that will bring you great joy. This is generally a card of happiness, joy, and celebration. It could be a celebration of love, or a celebration connected to an important event in your life. It might be a family gathering where all your friends and relatives come together. It could also represent a new acquaintance that will impress you. This card also suggests that everything will go well for you in May. You can expect good progress in your affairs, your plans, and an expansion in your social circle and communication. Overall, it's a month filled with emotional abundance, positive emotions, lots of joy and success, and in fact, joy from your very success. So overall, we can say that there will be a feeling that life has succeeded. The 9 of Cups is a card that signifies dreams coming true. It is also a card of joy and the ability to enjoy life. Everything is going so well and beautifully that you can truly savor it. The 9 of Cups represents happiness, again, success, good fortune, and victories. This card also points to a celebration, perhaps a family celebration, or maybe you'll be invited to a party or a large banquet, possibly a wedding. Either you'll be invited to one, or you may be getting married yourself in May. Alternatively, you may take part in a spectacular event or a presentation. And the 9 of Cups is not just about dreams coming true. It's about fulfilling an important goal. Perhaps this goal is your dream, but in any case, success awaits you. The 4 of Pentacles is a card that suggests a desire for stability, a wish to go through this month without taking any risks, focusing on your important desires, plans, and financial stability. So in terms of events, this card indicates that first of all, you are striving for a solid and calm foundation. And secondly, the events themselves seem likely to unfold in a way that stabilizes an important situation in your life, or perhaps your life overall. This card also signifies accumulation. There will be opportunities to accumulate and save money. And more often than not, the 4 of Pentacles implies that money is being saved for a reason. It gives a sense of security. That might mean feeling secure by, for example, buying your own home or investing in real estate to generate income. That too brings stability. Or perhaps moving to another city or even another country to find a better place for yourself. In any case, finances and money provide a sense of safety. So this card says there is a goal, a plan, and a desire to accumulate wealth in order to invest it wisely later. No risks. You won't want to take chances. You'll approach the material side of life clearly and thoughtfully, aiming for solid results. Show professional activity and finances. Let's go further to see what these events are more specifically about. Let's take a look at your professional life. The Seven of Cups, and what awaits you in terms of finances, the Six of Cups. Interesting. The Seven of Cups indicates that there will be a lot of creative inspiration. There may be many different options or proposals. Promises may come your way. However, be careful. It's important not to make a mistake. The Seven of Cups is a card of illusions and fantasies. It suggests that you might overthink or overinterpret the offers or promises you receive. You might rely on someone's promise, but most likely that person will let you down and not fulfill it. You might expect profitable deals or orders. However, under the influence of the Seven of Cups, such deals usually lack a real foundation. The promises are there, but no real actions follow. This card also advises not to rely on others. In May, rely solely on yourself. Try to approach all matters, especially in your professional life, with a practical mindset. Because much of what is presented might be illusory, or you yourself might assess offers and promises unrealistically. The Seven of Cups is a card of inflated expectations. Of course, it's wonderful to dream, but expectations that do not match reality should be adjusted. Otherwise, the month might pass with endless idea generation, dreams, and plans, but without any real actions. In the card, a person stands holding the cups, dreaming, planning, imagining, but not acting. He doesn't even know what he truly wants. All the options seem interesting, but it's hard to choose just one. This difficulty in choosing will cause confusion. It is very important in May to focus on just one thing. If there are two interesting options, you can choose at most two, but no more, otherwise you'll spread yourself too thin and achieve nothing. Focus on one idea, one project, one offer, and move steadily toward its realization. That would be the right path. I'll also add, if you are a creative person, an artist, poet, musician, or actor, then the Seven of Cups can be a wonderful card for you. It can bring not just inspiration, but also the opportunity to focus on your dreams. The card points to an active imagination, the unfolding of creative potential, and the opportunity to create something important, meaningful, perhaps even a masterpiece. The muse will visit, and the process will flow. Now about the Six of Cups regarding finances. The Six of Cups indicates that money is present, money is coming in, and there is no risk. However, it's important to understand that some old obligations might resurface. Perhaps you borrowed money from someone, and they will remind you about the need to repay it, or there could be issues related to a loan. This card says that you will need to resume some payments. If this is a problem for you right now, it's best to start preparing for it. These financial matters will come to the forefront in May. The card also says if you are starting something, and the Seven of Cups, after all, is the card of ideas, then the idea you start implementing may provide you with an income. For example, if you sing well, you might start teaching vocal lessons, or you might decide to open your own business. In this case, the Six of Cups is an excellent card for beginner entrepreneurs. There will be opportunities to earn some money. The key is not just to dream, but to act. Because if you only keep dreaming, the chances for real income will significantly decrease. Overall, the month is good financially. There's no particular reason to worry. Personal relationships. Let's now see what awaits you in your personal life. Here we have the Four of Cups. You might feel a bit bored here. In fact, I noticed that you have drawn almost all cups. 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and now 4 of Cups. It's going to be a very emotional month. In some ways, it will inspire you and lift you onto a wave of positivity. But in other areas, as I mentioned, you might encounter illusions and even dissatisfaction. This dissatisfaction may show itself, for example, at work, where there are too many illusions, something doesn't work out, you can't figure out how to complete an important task, or there are too many options and you don't know which one to choose. And this state of emotional disappointment could spill over into your personal life. The Four of Cups is a card of dissatisfaction in relationships. Everything that once made you happy as a couple, the qualities you once found attractive in your partner, your shared plans. In May, all of this may seem to lose its appeal. Feelings of irritation, disappointment, and a loss of interest may arise. You might also experience inner doubts. When something doesn't work out, you close off, not wanting to communicate or share your feelings. There could be a tendency to dwell on the past, on resentments or quarrels. It's possible that you will have an argument and won't want to be the first to make peace. It is very important to remember, the Four of Cups is also a card of opportunity. It speaks of a chance to change the situation. Yes, expectations from your partner or the relationship overall might be too high, but every couple goes through crisis moments. There are periods of fatigue, external pressures, when one simply wants to be alone. It's crucial to see the opportunity in this card, the chance to rebuild the relationship, to understand each other better. Perhaps your partner will take steps toward reconciliation and try to improve the situation, and you might not notice it. Therefore, it's important to try to see this chance and make use of it. Take the initiative. If you want more communication, initiate it. If you want more time together, suggest going for a walk or spending time together. Show love and care. Then it is very likely that your partner's heart will respond, and everything will change for the better. For those who are not in a relationship, the Four of Cups signifies inner dissatisfaction. In May, you're likely to overlook interesting offers from potential partners. People will want to get to know you, but you might reject these chances or simply not notice them. But don't worry, May is just 1 month. Perhaps you need to go through a certain experience, draw some conclusions, and afterward, you'll look at relationships with more optimism. Why do I say that? Because at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. This is the card of a real opportunity. Destiny itself offers you a chance. Take it, do it, act on it, connect, step forward, says this card. It could be a chance in your personal life or in your professional sphere. For example, an idea might emerge that brings income in the future. And one more thing, the Knight of Wands. This is a card of travel and active time. If something isn't fulfilling, compensate with movement, meet friends, travel, attend events. The Four of Cups is about a lack of positive emotions. The Knight of Wands says, emotions will come if you allow yourself to live actively. I think the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups will most likely play out in the material sphere. Purchases, family celebrations, guests arriving. The Knight of Wands confirms it. Someone will visit you, or you'll go on a trip yourself. It will bring joy. So I don't think the important events of May will affect only one area of your life. Most likely, they will be diverse events that simply happen on their own. Health in May 2025. All right, let's move on. What should you pay attention to in terms of health? And here we have the Five of Cups. There it is, the Five of Cups. Look closely. At the bottom of the deck, another Five of Cups. Two Fives of Cups, placing a strong emphasis. When they appear together in one reading, it means the energy of this card will be especially prominent. Now, since these are cups, it's the water element, which also means drinks. In the cups, there are drinks. The Five of Cups in the context of health can play out as a hangover after celebrations. Perhaps the month will be full of festivities. So yes, it could show up as a hangover, feeling drained. That's one possible scenario. Or it may manifest differently, as a result of certain events in your relationship or dissatisfaction with what's happening. This can take the form of depression, melancholy, emotional exhaustion, weakness. Normally, I don't touch on such topics in general readings, as they require a personal consultation. But in this case, I will say it. If this doesn't apply to you, just skip it. Because I read comments like, You mentioned pregnancy, but that's not relevant to everyone. Or, some people are struggling with it. My dear ones, if I were a fairy, I'd make everyone happy 100%. But I'm just interpreting the cards. These cards appeared, and I interpret them. As best I can, as I understand them, I connect them and show you how it might play out. So, the Five of Cups can mean issues with conception, not infertility, but rather difficulties in conceiving. And since we also saw the Four of Cups, a card of dissatisfaction, I connect the two. For some, this might indicate conception challenges, or the card may refer to abortion or miscarriage. There is dissatisfaction, deep sadness, which reflects on mental health. It's not so much physical as it is emotional or psychological. That's how this card can manifest. But if the topic of pregnancy and conception doesn't apply to you, then this won't resonate. In that case, the card might show up in a much simpler way. You had a great time, and now you have a headache. Tarot advice. All right, let's continue. And next is advice. The advice card is the Hierophant. I would put it this way. The Hierophant is, above all, a card of spirituality. And where there is spirituality, there is also faith and hope. So I would say this: believe, have faith, do not give up on your plans, on your desires, on your dreams. Especially since two cards, the Three of Cups, which by the way, also speaks of dreams coming true, and the Nine of Cups, say that dreams do come true. That your dream, your desire, will come true. And if there is a situation that you cannot solve on your own, then according to the Hierophant, the advice is to seek help from a competent specialist. This can be a professional in their field, or if the issue doesn't require specialized knowledge, then a wise person. This could be a relative, a spiritual mentor, or a priest. Ask for advice, and try to get the most out of it for yourself. So that's the forecast for you, dear Scorpios. Undefined. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel Tarot and Life. I'll be very happy to have you. And remember, the cards show the most likely outcome. But how exactly things unfold in your life also depends on you. Who owns the information, owns the situation in their life. Well, that's all for now. See you tomorrow, as always, on the Tarot and Life channel. With love, your Angelica. A big hug, and goodbye.